that number one thing that's holding you back from finally pursuing this book that you know that you are meant to write. The one that you know is meant to have impact and change lives and build people for their purpose or for accomplishing your purpose in the kingdom of God. Do you feel like you try to sit down and write and then you're not sure if it's really coming out the best way, or like you're constantly getting stuck and having to rework things, or like maybe you need to go back and make changes, or maybe you're just thinking about your book and it's overwhelming and it feels big and it just feels like this big task that you're not able to really devote the time and energy you feel like it really needs to accomplish it in the way that you know it can be. Maybe you have little ones at home and you feel like you just don't have time, or any of the other plethora of reasons that come up. I'm Caitlin Silva, and I work with Christian mompreneurs. I help them to get clarity, write and publish to bestseller, and use that book as a tool for impact, authority, and accomplishing that God-given purpose. In today's video, I want to talk to you about what's really going on and how you can finally get that book accomplished to reach the end. I know it's kind of a big promise, but let's get into it. As you guys can see, I have my little one in my lap right here. She loves participating and being a part of what I'm doing. I could tell you stories upon stories of things that she does that are so encouraging to me. And I just really want to challenge you that if you feel like you can't write your book because you don't have time or you're too busy or you've got little ones or other responsibilities or whatever, there is a way. And there is a way without sacrificing or without mom guilt, and in fact, including and encouraging and helping to build up your little ones. And so it is absolutely possible for you without writing hours every single day or having to cram more into your schedule. Believe it or not, it's actually possible with just a little bit of time and with consistency, and of course with clarity and intention, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. So if you really feel like, oh my goodness, I just don't know how I could possibly do this thing with everything else I have going on, there is a way and it is possible for you. In fact, I've been able to write and publish 11 books and counting in the last few years with 4 bestsellers, all while working and having kiddos and all of those fun things. So I know it's possible for you. Now, the next thing I want to say is that if you are feeling like you're just constantly struggling with that perfection and going back and scrapping and restarting and feeling like it really has to be like perfectly clear before you even start, or really before you can reach the end, there are some exercises that I would love to walk you through in order to help you get there. Now, on this video, for sake of time, I'm not going to go into all the nitty-gritty, but what I am going to do is I'm going to give you as a gift a free training that I did that does actually dive into all those details, and it maps out that process and gives you those actual implementable exercises for you to be able to accomplish that book and to help you get that clarity and really begin to take those steps and make that progress to reach the end, which I can't wait for you to be able to actually do that. So the next thing I want to say is that no matter what, it's important to remember that you are the one who has been given this book idea, and you are the right person. You are the only person that can tell that story in the unique way that you can say it. And I know that's easy to say, but think about this. You have been fearfully and wonderfully made for a unique purpose by God, by your Creator. And by you holding back, by you putting it off until this mythological someday, you are preventing the people who are meant to read your story and have their lives changed and impacted. You're preventing that from happening in their lives. And I know maybe you're like me and you have had a story or a book that it really changed your life. It really made that impact for you, and it's your turn to do that for somebody else. So I would love for you to take that step of faith. The Lord is leading you to do it. It's time to take that step of faith and trust Him for guidance to go through the process. Now, as I mentioned before, I'd love to give you this free training to help you officially get started and get that clarity. So I will leave the link for you below in the description or in the comments. whichever one, you'll see if you look below. And I want you to go and make sure you check it out, make sure you take plenty of notes and that you do it. And remember that your book can change a life.